You are now listening to Love and War, the male and female perspective of love, life, and relationships in the 21st century, with your host, Crystal Francis.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another episode of Love and War. I'm your host, Dr. Francis. We are back after a long week. We had the Super Bowl take place, we had Valentine's Day take place, but we are going to be coming to you tonight talking about what probably happened to a number of people out there that thought they were going to have a date on Valentine's Day. And either you got ghosted, zombied, breadcrumbed, or gaslighted. You don't know what those terms are? Don't worry about it because we are going to give you the skinny on it. But before we jump into the topic, we're going to do like we always do and say what's up to the panel tonight. First out the gate, TW, how you doing tonight, ma'am?
I'm doing all right. Had the day off from work, so that was real good. But personally, my family has experienced a lot. Last weekend, had a cousin passed away from COVID, and now my grandfather's in the hospital. So it's just a lot going on. But I'm here, I'm alive, I'm well, and I'm just happy to be back on the show.
We're glad you're here. Our condolences to the loss of a family member, and we just want to just take a moment to pause and think of all those who have lost their lives due to COVID-19. This pandemic is still live. The vaccines are out. Do what you need to do to stay safe. Wear your masks, wash your hands. Don't go out on these unnecessary trips or around people you don't know where they've been, who they've been around. Keep your house safe. Theo Jones, over to you, sir. How you doing tonight?
Doing good, day off. Can't complain about it. So doing good, relaxing. Had a good weekend.
Tom Brady has another ring.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout outs to him. Showtime. How you doing tonight, sir?
I'm good, man. It's been a long time. I miss seeing you all. I'm glad that you got your throat together.
You know what? Don't do that. Don't. I feel like this mute button about to get hit plenty of times for Showtime. Thank you, sir.
I just hope everybody had a good last few weeks, and also those who did have some type of plans. Hope they all went well for the Valentine's Day weekend. And remember, just don't show love on that day. There's 364 other days that you don't have to go broke just to prove a point that you care about somebody.
All right, those are facts. Those are the facts. So speaking of that, now that we have got our introductions out the way, this happens not only on Valentine's Day when people are ghosted, zombie, breadcrumbs, gaslit. There is a phase with this new, I guess, virtual era. I'm calling it the post-COVID era, but this stuff has been happening before COVID-19. But somebody came up with some savvy terms to define, what kind of experience a person is having when someone is inconsistent. Because if you had to boil it all down to one thing, I would use the term inconsistent. So we're going to work through all of these topics, define it for you, give you an example of what it looks like, and then give you some advice on what you should do if you're experiencing this kind of response from someone that you are trying to pursue or that claims to be pursuing you. So let's start with the term ghosting. Over here with the copper cup, I'm going to kick it over to my man Theo. Ghosting, but break it down for me. What is ghosting?
Ghosting is basically when someone you're dating with cuts off all communications and they're gone like a ghost, like Casper. They're out of there. I was doing some reading and a little research about ghosting. And it's actually, I'm surprised, it says that women ghost more than men.
What?
It said to avoid.
I'm going to tell you why.
it said to like avoid confrontation, like they just will ghost somebody. And I could get it because I feel like if men ghost a woman, y'all become ghostbusters. Y'all got FBI team to try to I could block you on all your stuff, but your other friend's cousin gonna come on my page and find a way to figure out what happened. And then this one article shows signs that you're going to be ghosted. It says if you're going to be ghosted if you make all the plans. Like if you're making all the plans. It says if you share them on social media, like before they share you. So I don't know who's going to share it first. But if you never met their friends, you're probably going to be ghosted. If you guys don't have like a routine, and if they don't have any stake in the game. But yeah, I feel like most people ghost because to avoid confrontation. They just don't want that back and forth. Where it might be a bad situation, and they don't feel like going back and forth with you. I don't feel like an argument, nothing. I'm just gone. Peace. Bye. Ghost. Wash my hands of this. And I think ghosting bothers people, those people that need closure. Those I need closure people. That's who it bothers the most. I don't think I've ever been ghosted. I have done some ghosting, but that was back in my college day. You know what I mean? I'm done with you. I got what I wanted. I'm done. But yeah, I think that's out of all the terms that we use, I think it's probably the most well known and that people have done or have done to them the most.
Yeah, so TW, let's talk about some ghosting methods. Now, I want to partly not blame and thank iPhone for the block button, Facebook for the block button, Instagram, block button. Does TikTok have it? I ain't on there yet. Block button. The block button has helped with the ghosting, the impact of ghosting, because if you think about it, for those who don't have an iPhone, and correct me if I'm wrong if there are new apps, because I know I was an Android person, but at one point in the game, but you can block somebody. And what happens is sometimes that person, they'll figure it out. If you are an iPhone user, you'll be blocked once you get blocked, but it's not like you are notified because the phone will still ring, voicemail will still come on. It's just not coming through to me. You can text me, your text message is sent. But if I don't have my read receipts on, you won't know if it was delivered, read, or whatever. It just sits there. Now, if you are another iPhone, you'll know because it's color coded. So, I am a fond user of the block button in my ghosting methods. I like to hit block unannounced.
I think iPhone might even change it to the point where as though it just won't say delivered. It'll still be blue.
Yeah, it'll still be blue because they did that because the other iPhone users would know. Because at one point, I think it was like gray or it was nothing happening. You was like, wait a minute, why ain't it going through? Did it go through? No, they blocked you, boo. And then what people do is once they think you blocked them on the phone, they go to social media next. They're typing in, hold up, they not on my friends list no more. I've been blocked. I'm not gonna be shady because y'all know I can get shady sometimes, but I've been blocked by a guest.
You want to get past the block?
Who's appeared here? But I'm like, what you blocking me for? I ain't got nothing to do with what's going on with you in your life. But if you don't like the fact that I probably put something out there, I didn't say your name, and you didn't like that, don't get in your feelings. I'm trying to educate and share. And so, so to Theo's point, here comes the Ghostbusters. AOT Dub. Go on, look this person up. Oh yeah, I see their page. They coming up for me, and I'm not their friend. Oh, they blocked me. Okay, thanks. So I like that. Why do people block TW? Because for those who need closure, like Theo said, is it really the confrontation, or is it they don't want to? They themselves don't even know what they don't have the, I guess, communication skills to say, look, this is what it is. And this is what it's going to be. I got to go my separate ways.
I think it depends, right? So for those who just don't want to deal with the confrontation, they may have already saw the signs that that person was crazy, so they just didn't want to deal with the backlash. And I know some people can't handle rejection well. So if you're verbally saying, you know what, this isn't working, and you keep saying it, but you're being blatant with saying it, yeah, and they're still not listening, so they just block and ghost, and that's it, because it's like, I tried to tell you and then you just weren't listening, right? Or they feel like, I don't know why, boys, I'll say, because men don't do this, but boys will think, oh, if you're saying no, let me wear you down until you say yes. Like, what? No. So I think in that case, that's where the blocking and ghosting comes in, without saying anything. But then you have some people who just don't like resistance or conflict at all, even if it's healthy dialogue, right?
Right.
Some people just don't. They're just not good communicators, and that's just how it is. So they just feel like, if I'm avoided, so that's my way of avoiding it and dealing with it. And so for the people who do need closure, I'm sorry, you just might not get it. Just look at being blocked as the closure.
Signed, sealed, delivered.
I think, to
yeah.
speak on that, P-Dub, I think the biggest thing is, though, people that block people, I look at them as people that don't know how to properly communicate how they feel.
Yeah.
So if you block me, you're taking the easy way out. I mean, and to play devil's advocate, there's ways of getting around being blocked. And if you want to keep it cordial, don't block
it is.
Right.
You can definitely pick up somebody else's phone. I still know your number.
Have you all ever seen Taken?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Person will say,
I have a special set of skills. I will find you.
Right.
I will kill you.
So I would want to block everybody.
Right.
6 degrees of separation. But I mean, I think for me, and I'm pretty sure my birthday twin can attest, we are too blunt. We're just going to tell you what it is, whether you want to hear it or not. So I just can't. The ghosting is just not. I'm going to just tell you.
Hey, what's up, guys?
If you don't like it, God bless. I'm going to still tell you how I feel, and this is what it is. You don't like it, oh well. But I can't. I cannot.
I also think if you do online dating, then that's part of the territory with blocking, with ghosting. Yeah. Because I remember, back in the day, I did a little online. If I went on a date with you or two and I wasn't feeling you, I didn't feel like I owed you an explanation. Like, I'm just cutting everything off. I don't know you. You don't know me. We don't need to have this conversation. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna cut you off. We're done. Bye.
Okay.
The preliminary stage, right? Yeah.
So the twin well, I don't want to say the cousin to ghosting is zombing. So we're gonna kick it over to my man Showtime to break down zombing. And shout outs to the new guest on Love. And who that next to you?
That's Cuz.
Hey Cuz, how you doing? You ain't out here ghosting nobody for Valentine's Day, were you?
So pretty much zombing is based off of the definition that I came.
Yeah, so what's zombing? Break it down for us.
It's like a pimple. Sometimes it'll pop up like nothing ever happened at the wrong time. So when you zombieing a person, it's more so like you dismiss yourself from that situation, and then when you come back into the situation, you act like you just didn't hit a cousin. You act like you just didn't spit in her face. You act like you just didn't call a couple bees. You come back like nothing ever happened. They are people who I say have short-term memory.
Early onset dementia.
Yeah, right. Because they were like, well, what happened? They want to know why. They want to know why they being ghosted. Because they zombie back in your life, and now they're like, I can't. They show up at your job. They be at Social Security like this.
Woo! Sitting out in the parking lot. Oh, I'm here to take you to lunch. Stay still.
What brand of drugs are you on? So those people are probably the most delusional out of the 4 topics we're gonna speak on today, because I think a person that does a lot of zombie is a very self-centered person. The person who just thinks about themselves and doesn't think about the other person's feeling in regards to a relationship. So the zombie can be very, very unhealthy, because once you become a zombie, then you might become a ghost.
Right.
When you become a ghost, when a zombie become a ghost, oh my God.
Right.
You're in trouble. You're in trouble, sister.
Look, there's levels to this. And so, you make a great point when you say they're self-centered, because I feel like people who are in zombie mode, they feel like everything has to happen on their time. Oh, if I want to do me right now, I'm doing me. And when I'm done doing me, I'm going to come back and do us. That's not the way the world operates, boo-boo. Theo, like, what's up? So, what is the deal with the zombies out here?
I think I'm gonna go on a limb.
Okay.
All of us have been a zombie once before, or been. I think the main thing that I think all zombies have done, and maybe is that, hey, big head. You know what I mean? That one that one text you be like, no, I was thinking about. You just try to pop back up.
Right. Like, hold up, I ain't talked to you in like the past 3 months. What you talking about? You was thinking about me today.
That hey big head text is like the zombie. That's the number one on their list that they go through.
Or hey you.
Yeah. And it like I said, it is a selfish person.
Stranger.
Yeah.
Hey stranger, where you been at?
The person's selfish, but the reason that zombies exist is because we allow them to. Because if I hit you with a hey big head, and then you be like, oh, where you been? And I'd be like, what are you talking about? And then we just go into a regular conversation.
Right. Like nothing ever happened.
You're allowing that to happen. So I'm gonna zombie ghost all I want to. Holidays coming. Peace. I'll be back.
Right.
When the summer, like when pre-COVID, like when when the day parties, the brunches started, I don't need to be around you right now. Okay, I got things to do.
Right.
When it started getting a little cold,
cuffing season.
So my cousin was confusing me for a second. Are we talking about zombie and ghosting?
Zombie, but
zombie.
I'm about to say because what I heard sound like characteristics of zombie.
Yeah.
Got you. I apologize.
Yeah. So TW, like the zombies, like how should someone handle a zombie?
Bullet.
It goes to what Theo said. Don't allow it, right? Don't entertain it. That's where you got to reinforce that boundary, right? So my thing is, again, I don't know if it's the qualities of being a Virgo, just no nonsense. I don't know. Okay. But my thing is, we're not going to do no hide and seek over here. Okay. Because that's what a zombie is. And we're not doing okay. And so, like, if you disappear, then all of a sudden, I'm ignorant. Who's this?
Okay. I would have probably deleted it by my phone. Who?
Like, they'll say, who? Oh, okay. If you're auditioning for American Idol, this is not played. Like, I don't have time. So I think, you just really have to nip it in the bud. You got to stop it. Like, if it's something that you don't want to tolerate, then don't. That's how, because you're giving them leeway to think it's okay because you keep responding to it, you keep entertaining it. And so they just think, oh, I'm going to just pop in and out when I want to. I'm going to just play hide and seek because right now I don't have anyone else to entertain. So I'm just going to come back. Because I know you here, you always gonna respond, kind of thing. We call them shades of gray,
Yeah.
Because we're confused. We don't know who you are. You Jekyll and Hyde people. So I don't know. It's just, when does the age limit stop?
Yeah,
right.
When does the age limit stop? Look at Big Cuz.
Hey, he done got fresh on us out here. We got a special celebrity guest in the house tonight.
That's SW1.
What's your stage name?
SW1.
SW1. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 53.
I know that's right. So let's talk about breadcrumbing. Okay. Because in my opinion, breadcrumbing is the precursor to gaslighting. So breadcrumbing, we talked about ghosting, they just flat out disappear. We talked about the zombies, they show up, they disappear. They show up, they disappear. It's like David Copperfield, the magic man. Now, breadcrumbing is the equivalent of Hansel and Gretel, or as they said on the new Amazon Prime movie, Gretel and Hansel. This is when somebody drops enough attention on you to pique your interest, and then when they start to reel you in. It's like putting a worm on the end of a fish pole, and as soon as that fish go to bite it, they yank the pole up. No, you ain't get it. Or you know how you play that dog that little trick with your dog where you hold up the little snack and then the dog try to bite it. You're like, no, not yet. No, not yet. And so that's what breadcrumbing is. You hit up a guy like, hey boo, how you doing? Oh, let's get up. Then y'all set a plan, y'all set a date. Oh, you know what? I can't even make it.
So it's pretty much like you set yourself up to hit, and then you dismiss.
I mean, and maybe not even that, because before they even get you to that level, they kind of like,
it's just entertainment.
They entertaining. They setting you up for what they call to turn you out. You never heard somebody, I'm gonna turn you out, girl. You ever heard somebody say that?
I turn people out.
How old are you? That's something the old heads say.
That's what I'm saying. Old heads say that.
That's what he said. He just
You
said
know what I mean? That's 50 and up. And so what they do is they drop little nuggets of like little pieces of bread, like little things to make you think that they're really into you, but they're not. Like, they're not playing games, but they still are kind of playing games, because they have no intentions of settling down with you. They just want to entertain you. And when they get to the point where they got you wrapped around their little finger, then they know they can yo-yo you. You know what I mean? And so that's what the breadcrumbers do. And so it's like this constant, you ever heard someone say, this is a roller coaster ride? That's what you're going to be on with a breadcrumber. Because you, at the one moment, you're going to be high, like, oh, he's giving me so much attention. And then he's not. And then he is, and then he's not. But he's not a zombie, because he's not disappearing. He's just scaling, he or she is scaling back the level of intent and intention and like the amount of time. Oh yeah, I'll talk to you. Maybe you're on the phone for an hour this time, but the next time he's not answering at all. You call his phone and he texts you back.
I think women are probably the best breadcrumbers.
Me?
I think women are the best breadcrumbers.
Women could be the best breadcrumbers. You want to know why? You know what? No. TW, why would you agree with that? What about women? Why do we do, some of us do breadcrumb when we're unsure of where you stand. I'll put it like that. But why? What do you think?
I think some women kind of go into the situation of just being a breadcrumber off the break, honestly. And I think a lot of that is a defense mechanism, because they don't want to get hurt, as they say, right?
Yeah.
And so they show the inconsistencies with the messaging, giving mixed signals. One moment you're entertaining, you're being flirtatious, but then it's kind of like, no, I'm not ready yet to be in a relationship. But yet you're wasting time by going out on these dates and giving men false hope. So that's breadcrumbing. But then on the other hand, you are not willing to let go completely of that connection you have with the guy, because it's almost like you're treating him as if he's a just in case. If these others don't work
out, repeat that, just in case.
Yeah, he's a just in case, right?
Just in case the guy who you chasing, who's not paying you no mind, doesn't come back. Just in case the guy who cheated on you with your cousin or your best friend still likes you, I'm gonna entertain my time just in case.
Yeah, so breadcrumbing. So honestly, with women who do that, they're emotionally not ready to be in a relationship anyway, but they're not going to be honest with themselves and say that. So that's why they do that. They use their, the flirtatious mechanism to get what they want in that moment. So
Theo, like, what's up with the breadcrumbers, man?
Like I said, I probably did breadcrumbing too. Like I said, college was fun. I'm gonna say sometimes, not all the time, it's not very high percentages. Sometimes the breadcrumb can become a loaf of bread. Okay, if what Tasha was saying, breadcrumb is one of those, like, I got you on the side. I'm talking to one or two, we serious, but if they mess up, I just got to keep you, like that commercial. Not yet, like the little fishing joint. But if you catch me on the right night, like if one or two didn't come through, you might become a loaf of bread. And so you might get lucky with breadcrumbing. Ladies, fellas, if you think you're being breadcrumb, if it's not bothering you, then keep eating the bread. And look, you might get a little fat, but hey, keep eating the bread. It's one of those, you got to know that you're going through it though. Like if the person is, if y'all text every once in a while, then every time y'all want to meet up, no, I'm busy. One of those things, you're being breadcrumb. If it's fun, if you're not doing nothing else but watching Housewives of Atlanta, go ahead and keep texting that person and having fun. Use it as practice for your real person. You get your text game up, get your communication skills going, and that's what I gotta say about breadcrumb.
Okay, so the last one. Go ahead, Showtime.
Breadcrumbers. I've never been a breadcrumb in my life. I was always cool. That song that came up with that song back in the day, Scrubs?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, no Scrubs. No breadcrumbing here. I take care of mine.
25 seconds.
I take care of my life. I look out for people, and that's just who I am. 20 seconds.
20.
Now, I bet one thing though. One of y'all in this damn video is a breadcrumb. Which one is it?
We all done breadcrumb.
Everybody in breadcrumb, because it can be a situation where as though you might have gotten what you want and may not want anything else. We've all have had those situations, and if anyone say that they've never breadcrumbed, they're lying. Everyone is breadcrumbing in some capacity.
I breadcrumbed. No, back in the day, I breadcrumbed.
You probably was the whole loaf.
Right, he was the whole loaf.
You heard I was a smooth nigga. I was a smooth guy.
Yo, in the Bronx, we crazy. So
30 seconds.
So we're gonna kick it over to TW. Gaslighting. What is that?
Lord, it's so funny because we talk about this all the time in the workplace. But when it comes to dating and relationships, like gaslighting, if you're not careful, can perpetuate emotional abuse. Because of gaslighting, it's a manipulation tactic. It's a tool to try to have that power and control dynamics. There's an imbalance, right? And so with that, what that looks like, you start creating these ideas of what's going on in whatever y'all got happening, whether it's a situationship, relationship, whatever have you, that the other person then starts questioning their worth. They start questioning their role in the relationship. They start questioning, well, maybe I am really like this, when it's really not. It's just the insecurity that's being heightened from the person who is starting the gaslighting. So, and a lot of things can kind of trigger the gaslighting. So it could be a change in like income, right? So if, one person is like, I'm the dominant one, I'm the one who's making all the rules, but then the partner is now making a higher salary than you, it kind of makes you ease back a little bit, like, hold up, wait a minute. Like, that whole thing, like if you saw people putting up like their Valentine's Day stories and they're like, who wear the pants? Like some of the answers were interesting, I'll say that. But gaslighting really starts with manipulation, coercion to kind of get you to buy in to what they're saying. So then you start believing it. So it can really be a sign or an indicator that emotional abuse is going to happen. Isolation plays a factor, just to try to get you to disconnect from the relationships that you have, like close friends, family kind of thing. So and
the thing I don't like about gaslighter people, they really have low self-esteem, and what they do is they try to project that low self-esteem onto the person that they're with. So like I'm going to use the example of I've seen a lot of these gaslighting incidents play out in like those Fatal Attraction type movies where somebody's in a crazy relationship and then they're with someone, and let's just say you come home and you get a promotion. That person somehow made your promotion a issue with their relationship. So now you're walking around like you're better than me. And no, it's not that. So what they do is they kind of like take you could come into, I've heard a lot of women who got into like mentally abusive or emotionally abusive relationships where they were confident about themselves, and they meet this guy who just, they would look at themselves in the mirror and they just thought they were a 10, but after they met this guy, they think that they're a 1. Because whatever that person did to kind of control their level of, just self-awareness, confidence, so that they can feel superior to the other. And it's kind of like, even if you look at, y'all saw the 50 Shades of Grey, where that one guy, he was a dominant and he was looking for a submissive. That's kind of like an extreme gaslighting situation, because that person is looking for someone that they can literally just walk all over, manipulate, control. And, you leave the relationship like kind of feeling like confused, like, wait a minute, I came home to talk about a promotion that's going to bring more income in the house. And the first thing you talk about is, oh, I think I'm better than you. Did anything out of my that didn't even those words didn't even come out of my mouth. Why we can't celebrate? You know what I mean? So, Thea, gaslighting. What do you think about that? Like, it's a confusing thing because it's like it's really manipulation at best.
Yes, gaslight is confusing to me because one, like people throw the word around all the time. I'd be like, "What?
Oh my gosh, you're gaslighting me."
Yeah, like stop gaslighting me." And I'd be like, "What did they do?" But it's confusing when you look it up. It's like 10 definitions under one. It's like they could do this or this or this or this or this. So I'm like,
that's the thing. It's levels to this.
Yeah, I'm like, I just need one definition. What does Webster say that the gaslighting is? Like, y'all getting too deep. But for people that are being gaslighted, I'm just dim the light. Just dim it. Turn the light off.
Throw some water on.
Yeah, I mean, I guess sometimes you got you got different gaslighters. So sometimes you can't throw water. It might be a grease fire. Don't throw no water on a grease fire.
Get that fire extinguisher.
It's fire or some salt. Salt works. But yeah, it's different. So what I see is different types of gaslighters. You just gotta know which ones to shut off. And just it seems like gaslighters.
Look, tell cousin to pull up a chair. Pull up a chair, cuz.
It seems like gaslighters hop on people that have low self-esteem. So just get your self-esteem up. You're a beautiful man, woman. Do your thing and just forget the gaslighters.
Yeah, and so I like the response to that, like extinguish them, because I love to approach a gaslighter because I can play the same game with them and they leave frustrated and confused, like, what just happened? So this is how you handle a gaslighter. You destroy the credibility of their statement by saying these words. Oh no, that's not true. Oh no, you're just looking too deep into things, and leave it like that. It has to be like a 2 to 3 sentence statement that they can't pick apart. Or go, oh, whatever. They can't handle that. Showtime, gaslighting.
I just said it reminded me of somebody, so we thought it was real funny. But I think it's a very manipulative state. Someone was really taking advantage of the situation. Again, it's hard for me to be a gaslighter, as I know it is for T-Dub. I'm too straight of a shooter for that.
Right, that's not gonna work. Like, come on, I can see through that.
I'm a gaslighter.
Cuz said he's a gaslighter.
I'm a gaslighter.
But that's what Scorpios do.
I'm a gaslighter.
Oh yes. Oh, here's Scorpio. Y'all gas. Y'all. That's what y'all do. Let me tell you. You could be talking about baking cookies and something is wrong. Something is wrong. Yeah. It has to be done your way. It's like your way to highway.
Yeah,
that's right.
No, let me tell you.
No, that's me.
And then y'all can't handle gaslight. Scorpio gaslighters will hate me because I will. You come in and I'll let you get your words out.
What would you do, baby?
And I would debate you to the death.
Oh, hey, that's fine. What would you do, baby? I'm here.
I would debate you to the death. I'm a Pisces.
Let's go. Let's debate. I love debating.
Not now, later.
Debate? We can debate.
This would be interesting. I look forward to that one.
We're going to set up a whole show. Scorpio versus any
Scorpio versus the world.
Yeah, Scorpio versus the world. And you're going to be our guest. Right. But so we down to the hour. We're going to see more of we got to give him a stage name, Showtime.
SW1.
We're going to see SW1 on the next episode, Scorpio versus the world. And I want you to come with your hat and your shades, and I want you to wear a suit, though. A button with a button up.
Listen to
that. So final words of advice tonight, y'all. Let's start with my man, Showtime.
Yeah, just be aware of all the signs. There are signs. There are. Please open your eyes. Whether it's breadcrumbing, whether it's gaslighting, whether it's zombing, or whether it's ghosting, just be aware. And also, when that ghosting does happen, fellas and ladies, fall back. It's easier. There's more fish out there in the sea. I watched something. Something came across. I think my cousin may have posted it on Instagram, but it's talked about chasing.
Yeah.
And we got to get out of the habit of chasing. What's for you will be for you. So if you are chasing something, or you trying to force a circle and a square is never going to work. So allow it to come to you naturally, organically, and everything will work itself out.
You got the fresh shape up on the beard today. I see you sharp on the edges.
I'm trying to do something.
Yeah, go ahead. Show. He out here. All right, we're going Theo. Last words of advice, final words of advice.
There's always signs, so just don't try to ignore them. And if it's something, just talk about, like communication. Like we said, like bring it up, talk about it. If it's there, it's not, it's not. And then final, I just saw 2 great movies recently. I just wanted to say that Judas and the Black Messiah, is triggering. If y'all, very good. And then American Skin too. But Judas and the Black Messiah.
Okay.
American Skin was excellent. Excellent.
Oh, I'm gonna see that. I was gonna watch American Skin.
Showtime. Judas and the Black Messiah might be right there with it or a little higher.
Look, I started it, but then we'll talk when we get off here. I'll tell you about.
All right. T-Dub, final words. Let's go.
Just be honest. Be honest with who you are. And for those who are on the receiving end, be honest with what you see. Don't try to paint a different picture. Like everybody said, the signs are there. It's up to you to determine if you're going to entertain the signs or what. Are you going to address them? I just think that now, once you get older, like, communicate. I mean, there's nothing wrong. Communication is not a bad word. Like, just communicate. And you have to be okay with the choice that someone makes once you say, listen, this is who I am, this is what's going on, and this is how I'm taking it, or whatever. But it's not worth the headache, it's not worth the stress. It's just really not. And if you want to see any of these triggers of the topics we talked about, watch Malcolm and Marie on Netflix.
Okay, shout outs to the movies, y'all. You got a whole slate. Well, y'all, my final words of advice is this. If you're ghosting, zombing, breadcrumbing, or gaslighting, stop. Come on. We got to get to a point where we can, like Theo said, improve our communication skills. And if the person isn't listening, okay. All right. But you've had the opportunity to lay out the law, and then you go ahead and do what you need to do, disappear. To the people who are breadcrumbing, I mean, figure out what you really want, because you don't know, you're confused, you're in a confused state. Gaslighters, please get some self-confidence, because you're out here trying to destroy everyone else's because your confidence isn't where it needs to be. Ghosting, stop wasting people's time, because you're probably just entertaining that person because you have nothing better to do. And zombies, I have no words for you. And so with that, I want to thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Love and War. You can do like you always do. Catch us on Spotify, on Spreaker, on Apple, on Listen Notes. You can listen to the archive shows that you missed on www.dearchrissy.com. And you're going to do like you always do. Catch us next week here live on YouTube.
Thank you for listening to Love.
We're out.
I'm your host, Crystal Francis. Don't forget to tune in next week, Mondays, 8 to 8:30 p.m.
Don't hang up, baby.